Hey guys, it's Kat here, and for today's video I'm going to show you how you can work a crochet mesh padding or a crochet mesh lining for your bra pads. The purpose of this video is to show you another way that you can secure your bra pads into your cups without directly sewing on the padding itself. This is, by the way, the Hope Bralette, and you can find the free tutorial under the link in the description below. Also, if you would like to see some pictures of this bralette, you can do so on my Instagram account at whataboutYarn. So please take your hook and yarn and let's start making this project. Okay, so one thing to consider is the width of your cup. There is no definite amount of stitches for this, but you will still be able to follow me no matter how wide your cups will be. So the easiest way to explain to you how we will work this lining is try to imagine that your cup is divided into three. So the bottom part, or the first part, that is where we will start the mesh, and in this part we will not be decreasing. On the second part we will start the first decreasing part, and then we will slowly work upwards, decreasing in every row until we will be able to form the shape of the cup itself. So for the first part, we're going to chain in multiples of 2 plus 1. So no matter what size you are making, you're going to chain in multiples of 2 plus 1. Now for my size, I will need 32 chains. So now we have 32. So that fits perfectly on my the bra width of my bra cup. And we add one chain more, and then we're going to work a double crochet into the fourth chain from the hook. So we have 2 double crochet in the first part. Now we chain 1. We will skip the next chain and work a double crochet into the next chain. So that is how we will do the mesh pattern. We will chain 1, skip the next chain, and double crochet into the next chain. So just keep on repeating that until you get to the end of the row. And at the end of the row, we will work 2 double crochet. So double crochet into the last chain. And as you can see, we have 2 double crochet on both sides. And since we will not be decreasing, we will just chain 3, turn our work, and on the next stitch we will work a double crochet. So basically we will just follow the pattern from the previous row. Chain 1, skip the next space, and double crochet into the next stitch. So just keep on working your mesh until you get to the end of the row. Okay, so at the end of the row, we will work our last stitch into the third chain of the turning chains. And as you can see, our mesh is now smaller than the original width that we did for our starting chains, which is what we want to achieve for this part, because we will do a border around the sides later. So you need to be able to determine which part or how many rows you will do for the bottom part or the first part of this cup, and then at the second part we will start decreasing our stitches. So pause the video and continue working your mesh without decreasing, and then I will meet you back later for the next part. So I made a total of 4 rows of mesh, and again it all depends on the size of your cup. Again, you will need to be able to determine which part you will start decreasing um, your mesh. So for mine, I did a total of 4 rows, and yours could have 6 rows, 3 rows, 7 rows. It all depends. Okay, so now we will start decreasing. So turn your work, and let me see if I can zoom in. So in the next stitch, we will work a slip stitch into that, like so, and again another slip stitch into the chain 1 space. So we will start working our stitch into the next stitch. So chain 3, that will be then our first double crochet, and then work a double crochet into the next stitch, like so. And then we will just continue following the pattern for the mesh into the next stitch, and continue doing that until you get to the end of the row, and I will meet you at the end of the row for the pattern. So at the end of the row, I will work the last double crochet into the chain 1 space, and I will just leave the rest of the stitches unworked. So that is then how you will do the decreasing part. So if you prefer, you can already start decreasing as well in the next row, but I decided that I will work another 4 rows without decreasing. So I will chain 3 and work a double crochet into the next stitch, and just follow the exact same pattern that we did if you decide that you will not decrease yet. So again, if you want to start again decreasing, you will just follow the procedure that we did in the previous row. So again, you need to be able to determine how many rows you would like to do for this part, for the second part of the cup. And then for mine, I will do another 2 rows without decreasing, and then I will continue until I get to the upper part. So pause the video and meet me back later until you're done. So here's mine. In the bottom I did 4 rows. In the second part I did 4 rows. On the third part I did 2 rows and decreased 1 more row, and for my last row I did another row. So yours could be different as well depending on the size of your cup. Alright, so now we're gonna start working on the border. And this part is pretty easy because there's no definite amount of stitches. It is completely up to you how many double crochets you would like to add for each of the stitches or for each of the rows across in the sides. Let me see if I can zoom in. With mine, I started with 1 double crochet for the first row. And again, It's completely up to you how many stitches you would like to add for each of the rows. Just keep in mind and count how many double crochets you did so that you can repeat the same amount of stitches for the other side as well. So pause the video and meet me back later when you're done with the border. So once you're done with your mesh, you can now weave in all the remaining ends, and then we're ready to sew the pieces together to the bra cup. Using a needle and a thread, we can now start sewing the pieces together. And just be careful that you don't stitch all the way through so that the thread will not show at the other side. But if you have a sewing machine, that would be perfect for this, because hand sewing, it doesn't really give the straightest stitches. So with a sewing machine, it's so much better. So here is my finished piece. And as you can see, I did not stitch the upper part because then that will give an option for the pads to be removed for washing. And actually you can just wear this as is without the pads because it is already thick enough. So that ends our video tutorial for today. I hope you learned something from this and I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much guys, and I will see you on the next video.